So the other day, my husband came up to me and said, "Hey, I think it's been a while since you've posted on YouTube. Are you gonna make any more videos anytime soon?" And I thought, yeah, that'd probably be a good thing to do. It's been on the back of my mind, and I've just been so caught up with different things. I mean, we all have heard of the phrase, time flies by when you're having fun, but it also flies by when you're super busy or stressed out or anything else in life. I mean, time just flies by, and I just can't believe that it's really been so long since I actually have posted a video. I mean, I felt like it's been a while, but I mean, it's almost going on 6 months. So it is a great time just kind of get on here and catch up with you guys and let you know a little bit about what's been going on in our lives. So I've been thinking about, what have we been doing the past several months? I mean, clearly we've been doing a lot, but what are some of the things I just kind of wanted to go ahead and share? And first of all, what came to my mind is this really amazing trip that we took out of state. We went to New Mexico, and it was amazing. The mountains were gorgeous. I remember just driving through and thinking, wow, this is so different from where we currently are right now. Where we live, it is pretty flat, and there's nothing wrong with that, but boy, do we sure miss mountains or hills or anything like that. We rented an Airbnb and just had this cute little quaint experience there, just all quiet in the mountains with our 2 dogs, and really had some wonderful conversations and just really enjoyed ourselves. So that was a whole lot of fun, and hopefully we might be able to do a couple more trips this year coming up, or this summer rather coming up, but we'll see because we do have different things that we're trying to do. So are we gonna travel a little bit this year? I'm not so sure, but I guess time will tell. Something else I wanted to go ahead and share that was really fun was that we actually got to experience our very first mini snowstorm here in Texas. We woke up one January morning, a late January morning, and we had an idea that it was gonna snow because the Weather Channel told us, but sure enough, when we woke up in the morning, the whole ground was covered in snow, and I mean, it was like a white winter wonderland. It was so pretty, and the first thing that we thought about was, are dogs going to like this? And I had a pretty good idea that my mini dachshund wasn't going to like it because she likes to be very comfortable all the time. And our puppy, our Rhodesian Ridgeback, she absolutely went crazy. And we didn't know what she was gonna do, but I mean, for her, it was just like heaven on earth. She was running around everywhere. She just loved it. We were playing with her. I was making little snowballs and then throwing it to her and telling her to catch it. She just catch it in her mouth, and the snow just kind of poof everywhere. I mean, she was just having a ball. So it was really fun to really kind of experience that here. And I gotta say that with the snow and the cold weather here in Texas, it's given me a nice break from mosquitoes and just other little bugs that are around. So that's been nice. Now that spring has, already started and warm weather is here and the rain is going to be coming soon, I'm sure the mosquitoes are just well on their way, and I won't be very happy when I'm outside, but it's okay. So a really another cool thing that I got to witness firsthand for the first time is seeing that carrots that I had planted in my garden bed last summer actually made it through the winter. I didn't know that carrots could be overwintered. I'm a complete newbie to gardening and just everything that comes with it. So yeah, I just have a lot to learn. And I was really discouraged last year when my carrots didn't do that well in the garden. I had some vegetables that did pretty good, and then I had others that, they just did not do well at all. Carrots were one of them, and I don't really know what the issue was. I don't know if I planted too many seeds too close together. I don't know if something was missing from the soil. I'm not really sure. I haven't done that research yet, but they didn't do that well. So basically I had a bunch of baby carrots growing in the garden, and at the end they were like this big. Like they were a bunch of baby carrots. So, and you can eat baby carrots and that's okay. But I was expecting to maybe get some that kind of grew to maturity. Anyway, so point is, I went and I pulled some of the carrots out of the garden last season, and then there was a lot that I kind of just ended up leaving there because I thought, well, these didn't grow. I'll finish harvesting these baby carrots some other time, and some other time didn't happen. So they've been there all winter with the green leafy ends kind of poking out of the ground. Fast forward, and now it is March, and I'm wanting to replant some seeds in our garden bed. So what I did was I started to do the work and clean everything out. And of course, I'm like, oh yeah, the carrots, all the baby carrots, I need to get those. I was thinking that they were just gonna be dead, shriveled up, just all eaten. Maybe the carrot tops were sticking out of the ground, but that's it. There's not gonna be anything underneath. No, the carrots were still there, and they were all pretty much fine. Like some of them were a little bit shriveled up, a little bit dehydrated, but most of them were perfectly fine. And I even found some carrots that were pretty big. So I was like, oh my gosh, what's this? That was really kind of cool to see. So I got all those out of the ground. I got them all washed up. And then what I did was I brought them in the house, took plenty of pictures because I was super proud and happy of all the carrots that were still there. And then after that, I decided to just go ahead and make one big dish of baked carrots. So I pretty much clean them up, and I like to cover them in olive oil, salt and pepper, maybe a few other herbs, and then put them into the oven for a little while. And then the carrots are just like a really great side dish that you can have with your meal. So I did that, and it was husband approved. It tasted really good. So we still actually got to enjoy the carrots, and that was a mini win for me. So then after that, you know, the whole purpose was to go into the garden bed and clean all of it up and get it ready. And I've been thinking a lot the past, oh gosh, I don't know, the past couple months at least, and really thinking, okay, it's gonna be a whole new year. Somehow winter already passed so quickly. I'm not ready. I felt just not ready. But I thought, okay, it's time to start planting things again. And you know, like I said already, I had some good experiences last year, and then I also didn't have such good experiences. So I thought, you know what? I want to focus on maybe just planting a few things this spring, and maybe just really trying to focus on those and not go crazy thinking, wow, I want to plant all of these different vegetables and try and learn, you know, all of the practices for them all at once. That didn't work that well for me last year. I thought it was a good idea, and you know, I wouldn't take it back, but it probably would have been better if I would have just picked a few vegetables, planted those seeds, and just really focused on that. So that's the approach I'm taking for this year. I've picked just a couple things that I wanted to put into the garden. So far, I have started out with potatoes because everybody knows that potatoes are just like a #1 survival food, and I figured, you know what? I need to master potatoes. I don't know how long it will take me. It shouldn't take me too long because supposedly they're extremely easy, so it should be fine. So I got potatoes in the ground. I dug the little trenches for those. I was very diligent to not overcrowd them this time. I tried really hard to make sure they were at the right depth when I was planting them. And then got 3 rows of potatoes. I didn't plant hundreds and hundreds of potatoes, but it is a start, and it's what I feel comfortable with doing right now. So that's that. And then the other thing I decided to plant are onions because, oh my gosh, we love onions. We love onions. We eat onions all the time. And yeah, it's another vegetable that we truly love. We would eat all the time, and it'd be amazing for me to be able to grow this and start working on, you know, my skills of growing great onions. So that's the other vegetable that I have planted so far. And it's really funny because, you know, I went to the store and I was able to get, actually, I didn't even go to the store for that. I went to the store to get some other groceries, and then I passed by an aisle and I saw that they had these little packages of onions, and there were 100 onions per bag. You know, it's a good little size bag. And I thought, oh my gosh, look how cute. These little onions. I would love to plant onions, and I've been thinking about this. So this is my sign. I'm going to plant onions and I'm going to get these right now. Well, I, was just super ambitious and I bought 4 packages of them, brought them home, finished up my grocery that I need to do, got home, let them sit out for a little bit, ended up doing the research on, planting them. And then I realized that I bought way too many onions because I haven't extended my garden bed and 400 or 500 onions are just not gonna fit over there. So in hindsight, I was like, what was I thinking, But I was also kind of thinking, in my defense, I was also kind of thinking that I was already going to have expanded the garden bed, but we haven't gotten to that yet. So I thought, you know what, it's okay. I think we'll have room for the 100. And I probably could have planted like 150, but I also wanted to leave some space for some other things in the garden. So far I have potatoes and onions that I am growing, and I am really excited about that. Those are 2 things that, I really look forward to hopefully being able to harvest here, come the summer months. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. We also have been doing some pruning. So we've been going through the different trees. We have a lot of trees on our property, fruit trees and just ornamental trees. And so we've been going through and pruning some of those. And I didn't even think to mention this before, but it just came to my mind. We have some baby fruit trees that we planted last year. Well, our fig trees are doing kind of so-so right now, which is sad because they actually did produce a little bit of fruit last year. So we don't know if they're going to do so well this year. They look kind of dry, but our apple trees look really great. We bought a Pink Lady and a Fuji variety, and they're just doing fantastic. Like, they just look super healthy, and it's so gratifying to go outside and see really all the hard work my husband put into them last year, and just to see them coming back to life this spring and just being in good health. And it's amazing. I love being outside. I love being in the garden. I love seeing how, just everything just kind of comes together season by season. We also have 2 more fruit trees that were planted, 2 cherry trees, and one of them is just completely dried up. We don't know what we're gonna do with it. We've been kind of waiting to see if it gets revitalized, and we're trying to do a few things with it. But the other one, it's just blossoming. Literally, there's like a little cherry blossom on there, and it's so cute. I love it. I'm so inspired by it. Just seeing, when you put the hard work in, you do, there's a reward there. And that's just been just life-changing. I mean, we love just being outdoors and really getting our hands dirty. And the more time we can be outside, the better we feel, the happier we are, the more encouraged we are to keep working on more projects and developing our skills and diving more and more into homesteading. And it is, really, really going to be this huge journey for us. We are still so far from where we could even imagine that we'd want to be one day. But the encouraging thing is that we're taking one step forward all the time, and we're learning from mistakes, trying to learn from mistakes, and, just keep going. You just got to keep going. Sometimes in life, you have this goal, you have something that you want to achieve, you have a vision, and life happens. You get distracted, something comes up, things are going wrong, or there's other priorities that come into place. But even if you're not always where you want to be in terms of your goal, the point is to just kind of keep moving forward towards it, picking up where you left off and saying, hey, it's okay. I am going to do this. And it's not necessarily looking like what I thought it was going to look like, but I'm still doing it right now. And you're just on this path to what your goals are. And that's the beautiful thing about it. So, I just want to encourage you, if you have some goals this year, whether it's in the garden, whether it's with your finances, self-sufficiency, your health, anything like that at all, never is a better time to go ahead and start working on those goals right now. I mean, right now, like literally find a piece of paper and write them down. Hey, what are 1, 2, or 3 things that I want to get done this season, this week, this month, this year, and write it down, make it tangible, and start taking action. It doesn't always have to be these big steps. just little steps towards that goal. And there is no step that is too small. So the main thing is just to go ahead and start working on it. So I think that's pretty much all of the main updates that I have right now. I promise it's not going to be another 6 months before I come back here. I will, you know, that's a goal of mine, to be more regular again on YouTube, and not just let life always kind of get in the way. But nevertheless, I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and spending a little bit of time with me. And I will see you in the very next video. Bye, guys.